It's got the valves on there. And this is a nice tubeless valve. This one has the 4 channels on it. Hold up, actually this is not a nice tubeless valve and I would not recommend it, and I'm gonna show you why. All right, these are my new Drive Elite 57D Helix wheels, and I ran into an issue. And maybe not a big issue, or it's probably a personal preference thing, but I'm gonna talk about it, right? It's the valves. I do not like the stock valves that are on these Helix. Normally, when I set my wheels up tubeless, I run a certain valve, and I'll put a link on it below. And I usually get them from Amazon. They're pretty cheap. They got all different colors and everything. So one of the things that I was noticing was at the top of this valve, this little smooth part, it makes it hard for my pump to hold on to the valve once I'm inflating it. When I am initially mounting the tire and I'm just using, and I have the core removed, it's easy for it to grip. But once I put this back on here and I'm trying to inflate the tire, it keeps wanting to slip off. And I think it's because the top of this is slippery. Because if you look at the valves that I like to use, it is threaded all the way to the very, very top. I'm gonna try to grab these so I can show you side by side. And it's kind of slipping. Also, when I was filling up the wheel with sealant, I don't know, it didn't feel as easy as I would like it. So one of the reasons I went with these initially, because it has this 4-way valve on there, and I was like, okay, this looks kind of like the valves that I like to use and it should be dope, but they did not feel very easily when I was trying to pump the fluid through. Now on the valves that I like to use, you see how these holes are huge down here. Also, another thing I like about this valve is there's a hex on the bottom of it. So when you were inserting the valve initially onto the wheel, you can put a hex in here and you can put the screw and you can screw it all the way down and you got something to secure or hold the base while you put the screw on top. With this one, it's just a plain circle. There is nothing in there that helps you hold it when you're initially installing it. So for the Drive Elite wheels, I'm not feeling the valves that come with it. I would recommend changing them out to something that's a little bit better, more efficient. And like I said, these ones that come with it, they will probably get the job done. But like I said, I've used these a bunch of times, and I usually refill my sealant like maybe every 60 days or so. And I could just pop the core out and then, you know, put my syringe on there and just insert some more sealant, and it just goes right in. This is the initial setup with these. When I was pumping the sealant through, it was not going through as easy as I would like it to go. I would say if I was using 60 milliliters of sealant, I'd say maybe 10 to 15 of it spilt out, and I'm not feeling that. So this tire I already have set up, the rear tire, and I was about to set up the front tire, but I'm about to change the valve, and then I'm gonna go back, dismount, take the sealant out, put the valve that I like in there, and do the install over again. But just to save some people some headache off the bat, if you are mounting these wheels, I do not recommend using the valves that come with it. I suggest using a better valve. It's going to be easier for installation. It's going to be easier for initial install with the sealant. And it's going to be so much better when you have to add more fluid or more sealant. These just flow way better than the stock ones that came with the Drive Elite wheels. And as stated, there's a link to these below. I get these from Amazon. They got all different kind of colors and all that other kind of good stuff. But that is just a valve update regarding the Drive Elite Helix 57Ds. That's all I got for y'all. This is your boy, Mr. Rob Armstrong. I'm out.